Welcome to the Houghton Lake Public Library's Text Shorts series. Today, we'll be continuing our look into Apple iPad devices, and today we'll be taking a look at the settings options. In order to adjust your settings on your iPad or other Apple device, you'll have to find the settings icon on your main screen. So when you have your device on, you'll look through your icons and look for the settings icon. It's usually a little gray icon, kind of looks like a gear. Now you can see here, it is on our main screen here, but if it's not for you, you may have to swipe to one side and look through the rest of your pages to see if perhaps the setting icon has been moved somewhere else. If you frequently use the settings, it may also appear in your quick access bar at the bottom. So we'll go ahead and tap on the gear for settings. Now there's a lot of different sections you can look at for settings here. Down the left side, there's a bunch of different categories of options. And along the right side, there's a bunch of settings you can use underneath each one of those categories. So today we're going to look at a few of the common ones that you may want to change some settings on. The first is going to be Wi-Fi. You can see the Wi-Fi section over here. And when we tap on that, it'll show us a list of wireless connections we can connect to. So you can see that our Wi-Fi is on based on this green slider being over to the right here. And you can see based on this check mark that we're connected to the HLPL network. And other networks show up nearby that you could potentially connect to. So if you were looking to connect to a network, this is where you'd want to go. You would tap on your Wi-Fi icon and then come over here to the right and tap on the name of the connection you wanted to join. Another section in the menu you may be interested in is the display and brightness settings. If we tap on the display and brightness settings, you'll see a few options. The first is whether or not you want to have light or dark mode. So right now dark mode is enabled, which turns most of your apps black as their primary background color. If we select light, it'll use white as the primary background color. This is a personal preference, and some people like to set it to automatic, where it'll be white during the day and black during the night. I personally myself prefer dark, but that's personal preference. I find dark a little easier on my eyes. Below that, you'll importantly find the brightness slider. Sliding this to the right will increase the brightness of your tablet, and it'll make it a little easier to read the screen. You can slide it to the left to reduce the brightness, which will make it a little harder to read, but will increase your battery life. Usually it's best to just kind of keep it in the middle and move it up and down depending on the lighting in your room. If it's really bright outside, you'll want to turn the brightness up, and if it's kind of dark, you can turn it down. There's also an option here for night shift. Night shift is an option which will give your screen kind of a reddish hue at night. So if you click on the scheduled slider here, it will give you some times. So you'll see that it's set from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So starting at 10 p.m., the color on your tablet will turn a slightly reddish hue, and then at 7 a.m. it'll go back to normal. What this does is it's a little easier on your eyes at night, and some people find that it causes less eye strain, and it can also help reduce the effect that blue light can have on your eyes, which can sometimes make it a little harder to sleep at night. So if you find that staring at a tablet either strains your eyes at night or causes you to have a harder time falling asleep, you may want to turn night shift on. You can also change the text size in your display and brightness settings. This can be helpful if you have a hard time reading the text. So by sliding this to the right, we can make the text bigger. We can also make it smaller if you want more text to fit on the screen. You can keep it right about at normal. If we also tap on the accessibility section over here, and on the right you'll find display and text size is offered over here as well. Now this has a lot more options, But again, the one you'll probably be interested in is either the bold text slider right here, which will bold all of the text, which again makes it a little easier to read. Or you can go into the larger text section here. And again, this is the same slider we had before. And there's also a checkbox here for larger accessibility sizes, which give you even more options to turn the text even bigger if you have somebody who has perhaps some severe nearsightedness. And those are probably the most common settings that you'll want to go through. And before we go, I will show one other feature. There's the quick launch settings that you can use by sliding down from the top right of your device. So if you place your finger in the top right and then slide down, this menu will come down. And this gives you quick access to things like your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. You can also drag the brightness up or down right here, and you can drag the volume up or down right here. And this concludes the basics of using settings on your iPad. Thank you for watching this episode of the Holton Lake Public Library's Tech Short series. If you like this episode, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to be notified for future content. Thank you.